Hi, my name is Jennifer, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to add rational expressions. So grab a pencil and some paper and work through these examples with me. Let's take a look at this first example. We have x over 3 plus 1 minus x over 3. Now, if you remember anything about adding basic fractions, the same rules apply when we're adding rational expressions. We're really going to add the numerators together as long as the denominators remain the same. In this example, our denominators are the same. They're both 3, so we're ready to just add the numerators together. So for this problem, we'll collect like terms in our numerator. We have x plus negative x, which is 0. And then we have, well, there's 0 here because there's no constant, plus 1, which equals 1. And the denominator is going to stay the same, over 3. So the answer to this addition problem is 1 over 3. Okay, let's look at another example together. We have 2 over 3 plus 1 over 2x. Now we're going to do the same thing as we did before. We're going to add the numerators together, but first we have to make sure the denominators are the same. So we're going to have to find common denominators. So take a look at this. We have a 3 as our denominator, and we have a 2x. We need to come up with one denominator that 3 goes into evenly, and 2x goes into evenly. So, an easy way to find this is you could multiply the denominators together, or you can list out the multiples of 3 and the multiples of 2x and see which two multiples they have in common. For this problem, 6x is the common denominator, because 2x goes into 6x 3 times, and 3 goes into 6x 2x times. Now that we've changed the denominators, we also have to change the numerators to reflect the change that we made in the denominator. If you look at the first fraction, we had a denominator of 3. Now we've changed it to a 6x. So we need to show that same change in the numerator. We multiplied 2x times 3 to get this 6x. So we're also going to multiply a 2x to the top. 2x times 2 is 4x. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. We had a 2x in the denominator, and we've changed it to a 6x. So we need to reflect that same change also in the numerator. 2x times 3 is 6x. So 1 times 3 will give us a numerator of 3. Now that we have the same denominators and we've changed our numerators to reflect how we've changed our denominators, we're ready to add straight across. Our numerators are 4x plus 3. Now notice those are not like terms, and so for the answer, it's not going to look like we added anything at all, but we're going to write it as one fraction, 4x plus 3 over 6x. Because the 3 does not have an x, we cannot combine this answer, so your final answer is 4x plus 3 over 6x. Okay, let's take a look at one more example together. We have 6 over x plus 4 plus 3 over x minus 1. Now before we can add the numerators together, we first need to have common denominators. Now notice we have binomials this time as our common denominators. In order to have a common, wait, let me say that again. Let me back up. Now notice we have binomials as our denominator. So it's going to be a little different to find our common denominator, but pay attention closely and I'll show you how to do it. We're going to rewrite the problem, and this time, since we have two binomials, the easiest way to do this is to have a common denominator using both binomials. So our common denominator will be x plus 4 times x minus 1. And make sure you put parentheses around those binomials. Next, we need to make that change also to the numerator. And here's how we're going to do it. In the first fraction, we had an x plus 4, and we multiplied an x minus 1 to the denominator. So we will also multiply an x minus 1 to the numerator. And we're going to go ahead and multiply that through. 6 times x is 6x, and then 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. Next, let's look at our second fraction. Our original denominator was x minus 1, and we multiplied it by an x plus 4. So we need to do that same multiplication to the numerator. And let's go ahead and multiply that out. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times positive 4 is positive 12. Okay, so now that we have common denominators, and we've made that change also in our numerators, we're ready to add straight across by collecting like terms. So we'll write one fraction bar. We'll write down our same common denominator. And we'll add straight across. We have 6x plus 3x, which makes a 9x. We have negative 6 plus a positive 12, which is a positive 6. There's nothing more we can do. We cannot combine the 9x with the 6 because they are not like terms. So our final answer is 9x plus 6 over x plus 4 times x minus 1. Now, if you have any other questions about this topic, please contact your professor or stop by the Math Tutoring Lab or watch this video again.